Hi everyone, it's Mandy here, and today I'm absolutely delighted to be here on Yachting International Radio with the amazing Rosmary from Alan Graham Charity for Kids. They are a charity that's super close to our hearts, and we've been in contact lately because we're doing a ride around, we're collaborating with Rosmary, and we're doing a horse ride with Natura Kavai around Mallorca, and we're doing it for the Alan Graham Charity for Kids, and they're an amazing charity. And Rosemary, you must be one of the most inspirational ladies I've ever met. Would you like to introduce yourself and tell us what Alan Graham is and how it came to be?
Well, how long have we got? No. Alan's my late husband. Unfortunately, he passed away in January. And Alan came to the island to start the Salvation Army, and heard when he was part of the Salvation Army, he was a captain, and someone said to him, "Do you know the children's home have had their bicycles stolen?" And he said, "Oh, we'll have to do something about that then." And it was just coming up to Christmas. And he got on the radio and he went to the Daily Bulletin, and he managed to get 45 bicycles for the children by Christmas. Yeah. And he said, "I'm going to make it a pledge that every year I will make sure that the children in the children's home all have a Christmas present." And he did. And that was the start of it, really. I got to know Alan very early on because I was teaching at Queen's College, and had a lot of contact with him and helped with the church, and then went to the Santa Ponsa Community Church. And we always helped the children in the children's home. And of course, because I speak Spanish, I used to start going to the meetings with the children's homes, and people knew me, and we just started raising more and more money for the children. And one day, the head of the children's home said to me, "I think you should become a charity because you're raising so much money. It would be better if it was a charity and there was a committee deciding where the money was going rather than giving us money." What was happening was I was giving them money that somebody was giving me, and then asking them what they did with the money, and then taking the people to see where the money was spent, or sending them photos. And that's something we've always done in the charity as well. We've always given a feedback to people of where their donations are going. So this has gone on for 26 years and we're still going strong. And about 10 years ago, we became a foundation, and we branched off to help the children who were leaving the children's homes. There's 29 children's homes here in Mallorca.
29. And how many kids are in each home? That's huge.
It varies. The most that there is 40, I think, in one home, but it depends on the size of the homes as well. There are convent homes which are very big, that are split into apartments and family groups, and then there are other homes that are smaller that have bigger groups. It changes, you know. Basically, the people that look after these children are very dedicated. Yeah. And this is something that I've discovered over the years, that these kids are so well brought up, the kids in the homes. They're being brought up by professionals. Yeah. People who know what they're doing with children, that know how to handle children, that love it, that love their jobs. The children love them. And this is something that I've really come to accept, that the kids that we take on, the longer that they've been in the children's home, the more stable that they are, the happier they are. And it's been a pleasure. It is a pleasure. It's a pleasure to meet these children. And also over the years, it's been very sad to hear of how they started out in life, how abused some of them were. Some of them were abandoned. That's something that still goes on today, that people just abandon their children. And sadly, in the last few years, people haven't had the money to be able to support their own children and their families. There's so many different reasons that these children are taken into care. So we branched off, and we have our Michi Mich project, which is half and half, which is helping the kids between the children's homes and real life, if you like. We start meeting them when they're about 15 or 16, and the children's homes call us and say, we've got somebody who's getting very good marks at school, is thinking of a future with a career. Would you like to come and meet them? So we pop round to the children's homes, or they come and see us at the shop. And depending on what they're doing on a Saturday or what they're doing during the week, we work it that they come and meet us and meet our volunteers at the charity shop. I don't know how this is all going to work now, but we'll find a way. And they come in on a Saturday morning, and it's things like helping them with punctuality, with social skills, that they're learning to meet all sorts of different people from everywhere in the world that come into our shop. And when we see that they're settled and they're enjoying it and they are good, they're really basically, the basic skills are good. And they all have a very, very strong work ethic, which is amazing. Yeah. And then we say, right, well, what's going to happen when you're 18? And yeah, I'd like to go to university. Well, let's have a look at universities. Let's see what you want to do. And the children's home are excellent with this as well. Absolutely fantastic. And we have one girl at university. She's just finishing, actually. She's just working at doing her exams online, working very, very hard. She's been in Alicante, and she's doing marketing and publicity. And she has got, I don't know how you say it in English, matricula de honor, that she's done so well each year in her subjects that the registration for those subjects have been paid for the next year by the university, because she's done so well.
Wow, that's so amazing. I know, I remember you telling me about her a couple of years ago when we met. And
yeah, she's amazing now, and she's just beginning to do some publicity for us for the charity as well. Things we can put up on Facebook, posters for the shop, for the new times that we're having at the moment. She's done all our posters, telling people how to wash their hands, use the gel, this sort of thing, just social distancing. She's done some wonderful work for us for that, which is great. And of course, it's been wonderful that the kids have come back to us, the kids that we've helped in the past. They've been there helping us, cleaning out all the water, taking out everything that was soaking, and it's been really, really good. We're like a big family now. It's really, we really are like a family.
Yeah, because did we actually say that on the show, that your shop, that's one of the main sources of income for these children, that you help take from the care home through that really vulnerable stage into, you know, going to uni and finding jobs. And, you know, 15, it's a very young age to be in a home on your own.
Yeah, well, they stay in care until they're 18.
Oh, until they're 18, right.
They stay in care until they're 18, but that gives us 2 years for them to adjust to what we do, how we work. If we have events, they come along and help, and they feel part of the charity. And then the kids that don't go to university or can actually stay here and study, we have an apartment in Palma, with a 3-bedroom apartment in Palma. And that's really interesting when they come into the apartment at the beginning, because sadly they're all so institutionalized. So if something breaks or something goes wrong, they wait for somebody to fix it. It doesn't occur to them that they have to say to us, the tap's broken or the lights aren't working. And I remember a particular case when I went round and they cooked this fish dish in the oven, which was amazing. I said, oh, that's absolutely fabulous. And they said, yes, because we can't use the hobs. I said, oh, what's the matter with the hobs, the electric hobs? And they said, they don't work. I said, well, why don't they work? Well, we don't know why they don't work. So I said, well, how long have they been broken? They said, about a month. I said, well, why didn't you say something?
Yeah.
You know, and they said, well, we thought they might get mended, because in a children's home,
They
if
just
something breaks, somebody reports it, someone comes in and mends it, you know. And
like magic.
so I said, well, what about the fuse box? And they all looked at me and said, the fuse box? What's a fuse box? So I said, I think it's behind the front door. And we went to the front door, and there was the fuse box, and clicked the fuse up for the hob. And that was it. The hobs were working. And they were amazed. They'd never seen a fuse box before. And it's little things like this that you don't really think about. But kids that have been in care for a long time, they haven't come across a fuse box.
No, neither
You know?
did I a few weeks ago. We're in a new house, so it was reminding me of myself. Yeah, but absolutely. Yeah. So important. And so just so everyone's clear, so that that you've got because not everyone knows who you are, so you've got a charity in Port Towels, and you do secondhand furniture and clothing and goods, and it's run by volunteers and some of the children, and that's one of the main sources for
we have two charity shops. We have the charity shop in Cascatela, just down from San Agustin.
Yep.
And we have the other one in Puerto Poyensa. We have a very, very big shop in Puerto Poyensa, which is amazing. And in the shop in Puerto Poyensa, we sell a lot of furniture that people have donated. We have a very big van that we can come and pick up if anyone can donate furniture. And both shops, we literally take anything. And if you're looking for that special little thing that you haven't been able to find yet on the island, you can always call us and ask us, because at some point or other, it will come into the shop. Mm-hmm. You know, that this is something that always amazes me, that people say, oh my goodness, I've been looking for one of those for years. And everything ends up in our shop in the end, which is wonderful.
Oh, so good. But just so everyone realizes, your shop in San Agustin got flooded. And yeah, so where are you? I don't know if everyone knows about the flooding. So you had to get rid of a lot of the goods from the shop, didn't you? And
we did. Yeah, because the flooding happened during lockdown. We don't know how long that the flooding, the pipe broke under the sink upstairs on the 3rd floor. And so it just flooded all the way through the 3rd floor, all the cardboard boxes, everything that we had, paper bags, anything that was paper or cardboard just disintegrated. Then the water went downstairs to the main floor, and the same again. And then finally down to the basement, which filled with water. It was absolutely full of water. So we think it was probably flooding for 4 or 5 weeks. Wow. Before we discovered. And the next door neighbor, the vet next door, called me and said, oh, there's water coming through the walls from your shop. Can you come and have a look? So I went, and it's just horrific. So called the fire engines, and the firemen came, and they were fantastic and pumped it out. But there was still a lot of water, nearly up to our knees, when they finished pumping.
Yeah, wow.
So it was really, so we've had to throw away a lot of clothes, a lot of bric-a-brac, a lot of toys, everything really. People are being very generous, and we're so happy, we're so glad that people are so generous. And of course it was a good time, because everyone was having a big clear out. Yeah, so we will pick up. If you want to get us on Facebook or get us on Messenger, or email us at info@agrahamcharity.org, or just Google us, and I'm sure it'll come up and you can find us.
Well, we'll put all the links below as well. So anyone that's seeing that wants to know how they can reach out to you, we'll put the Natura Caval GoFundMe link, which all money is going directly to you as well. We'll put
Yes.
links there. So because let's just let everyone know that you can actually go to someone's house with the van and take their things away and bring it back to the shop. Is that correct?
That's correct, yes. Yeah.
Amazing. So people can assist you through making donations to our project, making donations straight to the shop. You have something on the website where they can donate cash.
Yeah. Yes, we have a PayPal.
Yeah.
And we have the bank details if they'd like to do a bank transfer.
Which is great because there's less fees.
Yes, which is wonderful.
So we get money, or they can donate clothing, old furniture, all their old favourite bits and bobs, and you'll come and pick it up and take it back to the shop.
Well, we'll pick it up from their house, or we'll pick it up from storage areas if they have it in storage somewhere, or on a yacht. We go down to the ports and pick up from yachts as well. So yes, anywhere on the island. So
that's brilliant. And just so if everyone has just jumped on late and doesn't realise, then the profits from this go to providing accommodation and education for kids that have been in care on the island. And
absolutely.
Yeah, helping get a good start.
Yeah, the kids we support have all been in care in one of the 29 children's homes on the island.
Can I ask a tricky question? I don't know if I'm allowed to, but has there been more of a need for spaces in the care homes with the latest virus going around?
There has been more of a need lately. Yeah. I've been receiving a lot of emails from the children's homes asking if we have any vacancies at the moment.
Yeah.
And as I was saying before, we were just about to have vacancies because the kids were all leaving and they had job offers and they were going to sign their contracts, but we don't know what's going to happen now. So of course, you know, the place is still for them if they haven't got a job to go to and they haven't got somewhere to live.
So what about if someone has a job and they've got a job opening? Can they contact you if they think, oh, I'd really like to talk to Rosmary about maybe one of us coming and working at our business or in our enterprise or on our project or on our yacht? Can they contact you for that information?
They can. Yes, yeah, absolutely. Yes, yeah, they can find out. We can send out the CVs from the kids that we've got. They've actually got good job offers at the moment, so we're hoping that everything is going to get back to normal again, and all three of them will be on their feet, and you know, it will come about. But yes, that would be wonderful.
And I'm not surprised, you know, I've worked with the kids a few times over the years and they are the most intelligent, beautiful, polite humans. And I just love hanging out with them and find them super inspiring and they're really, really switched on. So I highly recommend them, knowing them personally. Yeah.
That's lovely. That's nice. Yeah. I must admit we've only had successes and but like I said, like I told you before, it's like a big family. The kids, they consider us to be their family, and some of the children's homes, the kids go back again and again and again, and they get married and they take their children there to visit, and it's really lovely. So very, very nice feeling.
Well, thank you so much for coming on the show. Thanks for coming on Yachting International Radio. It's been absolutely gorgeous to touch base. And yeah, so just before I finish, what do you think about these crazy cowboys riding around Mallorca?
I think it's a wonderful idea. I think it's really great. And I like the idea that the horses, they take in horses that need care, horses that need homes. And it's a bit like for like, really, you know, it's the orphans helping the orphans, really. It's really very, very good. Very, very good and very kind people.
Yeah, well, I can't wait to catch up with you during the ride at one of our parties along the way. And
yes,
so much for your support and for being such an inspiration, not just for me and Natura Kavai, but all of Mallorca and the world. You're amazing and you set a really high standard and there should be more people like you, Rosmary.
Thank you, Manda. Thank you so much. And thank you for asking me on the show. It's been really great. Thank you.
Let's have another chat after the Cowboys tear around Mallorca raising money.
Oh, that would be good. That would be really good.
And just a reminder, so we are at Natural Kawai. I'm working with the guys there. I get to be one of the guest riders. We've collaborated with Rosmary, and we're riding around when we found out about the flooding, and when the Cowboys at Natura Kawai found out about the program Rosmary runs at Alan Graham, we decided to ride around the island to make money for them and, just sort of light the island up and bring some life back into it. So the date's been postponed because we're working in with public health regulations. We've got a 29-page document signed, sealed, saying that we're allowed to go, but we just wanted to wait till everyone felt safe and the state of alarm was stood down. So you can sponsor us by clicking on the link below. All profits are going to go to Rosmary and the kids. And thank you so much. I look forward to speaking to you in a few weeks when we finish the ride.
Thank you.
All right. Thanks, that's Amanda from Yachting International Radio. And I'll see you on the next show.